So recently I've had a lot of free time and I've been sewing. I mentioned in some other videos that I've been making more octopi. I know that I've made some before that you guys have seen. So you've already met like this one. This one is like, he's not new. I think he was the first, the second. He was the second because I gave the first one to a friend of mine. And then we've got I think this little dude here, and this guy who looks kind of like a fat acorn, and this guy who needs some buttons and is a bit leaning, but you know, it's fine. And then this guy who has a whole side that I accidentally sewed inside out, but you know what, it's okay because he's still adorable. But I made 3 more. Look, here's a piece of this fleece. Fleece is really soft and I love it, by the way. So I started out with, no, I did not start out with this one. Started out with, you know what, I don't know. So I made the body of this guy first, and as you can see, he's multicolored. His butt's a darker color than the top of him. Or her, I don't know. It's they, them, I'm not gonna assume. This one little leg is a different color than the rest of them because I accidentally made too many for I think this one a long time ago, and I just saved this leg because those I made about a month ago, and the rest of these I made like this week. Also, I stuffed the bodies with some scrap fabric that I had instead of stuffing because I didn't have a lot of stuffing. And I had some like old things like clothes, but the fabric in them was too like worn or anything to be reused or given away. So I just cut them up and made them into stuffing, which I think is a great way to recycle fabric. So there's this dude, which this part is, can you see the difference? So this is fleece and this is felt. And they both feel nice, but like this one isn't. So anyhow, this one is more fluffy than this. That's what I meant to say. So having the stuffing be actual fabric makes them a lot more heavy. So this dude could be like a tiny paperweight. And then this guy, I actually had his kind of pentagon on his head. Hail Satan, or not, I don't know. So this guy, I had some black and red and stuff fabric, and it actually had some sharks on it, but I don't think you can tell because of the way I sewed it. Oops, or not. Anyhow, I know it was red and black, and I was like, oh, this person who I'm making all of them for likes red and black. But then, so this one is, so it's got 5 pieces instead of 4 because 4 didn't look right. 4 looks more like a whale, which is fine, except that I don't know how to make a whale. But I actually made an extra piece, so I ended up using it as stuffing because I forgot to put it in, and then I was like, it was stuffed, and then I found it, and I was like, oh, well. But the feet on this one are also fleece. I just made the tops of them a darker color, so I think it looks okay. I don't think that, I didn't have the black fabric when I made this dude, and I'm not gonna unsew all the feet, but as you can see, all of this is stuffed with the scrap fabric, even the feet, because these feet are big enough that I can actually stuff scrap fabric into them. But sometimes I can't fit stuffing, like I can't fit scrap fabric into the feet because like on this one, the feet are really, really small, so this is stuffing. Stuffing is lighter. This guy's like fairly heavy. He's got mostly scrap fabric in him, but I ran out at some point and had to start using up stuffing, so gotta get more stuffing for Steph because I don't have very much left. He's a really big, and I was trying to make these lines connect on his head, but then I fucked up this one bit that I wasn't paying attention on because it was the first one I sewed, and so it's like, it's a square, but not quite. Oops. But he's a cute little dude, or whatever, I don't know. So that's 8 octopi, and I think that's good enough for a family. So the reason I started making more of these is because I have a friend who's in the hospital right now, and I'm able to call them, but I'm not really able to visit them much, but they did say I could send them stuff. So they were saying that they have a room by themselves and it's really lonely, and I was like, well, I can make friends for you. So I decided to do that, and so now I have to figure out a way to send them. So I have this bucket, and I was gonna send them in this, which is an old popcorn bucket, but I put some stuff in it so that it wouldn't smell like popcorn, because like it's kind of rude to send somebody something and it's like it's gonna be popcorn and then it's not popcorn, because that's just mean. And they will all fit in here, but then my mom was like, no, you can't send it the way that you want to send it. You have to be weird and dumb in how you send it. And I was just like, this bucket was the perfect size, but apparently I'm gonna have to use something else to send it. So I'll be right back. I have a lot of shoe boxes because we saved those, so I guess I'm gonna need to use a shoe box, and I'm not sure how well that's gonna work. It's a tiny bit bad, but you know, it's okay, right? So this is like an uninteresting color, but apparently packages aren't supposed to look cool from the outside or something. I don't know, that's what a grown-up said, don't trust me. So let's see, we're gonna put one in. It's like a box of eggs, except that they're not eggs, they're octopi. And then I'm putting this one in, and they're just like sitting there. How do I do this so that you can see? I don't know. Okay, and we're gonna put the tall ones in the corner. Will I be able to fit all 8 in here? Because I really don't want to send just like not all 8. Once you get the legs like situated, then you can shove the bodies in. So then, it's difficult. That's 6. So then, little dudes. So I think some of these little things may get squished in transport, but they are just stuffed animals. So I think it'll be okay. Maybe, possibly. There. And then I'll put some tissue paper in it, because I just happen to have some. It's not like good tissue paper, it's lame ass tissue paper, but it makes it a surprise. Not really, but a little bit. I mean, unless they watch this video before it gets there, but I kind of doubt that that's going to happen, because this is probably a month before this will come out. So isn't that like a little package that can't see anything? It's great. So then I'm going to put this lid on, and I can't show you what it says because it's already got an address on it. But I'm going to cover that up with duct tape, except that I put away my scissors. Frick. So much work. You know what? I forgot to put a letter in here. Whoops! I also forgot to pause this video. So, yeah, I'm gonna come back to this package. So then, in my notebook, I have, more instructions to talk about this person, because they made a video about me, and so I should probably, you know, reciprocate or something like that. I don't know, but I'm going to. and then if they see it, that's cool. So this person, I met them in gym class in 3rd term last year. We had apparently the same gym class, but they are a year older than me, so they don't have to take anymore, and I do. But our gym teacher is actually the one that gave me that duct tape, because apparently adults love me, and so does everybody else. So that's where I first met them, and I don't know, the first time I saw them I was like, that person is really attractive. I hope they don't get disturbed by me like staring at them. So that's how that happens. And then we became fairly good friends. We bonded over shared experiences, or like sort of shared experiences, and I almost got to be in the class because I decided to talk and hang out instead of actually do, like working out and stuff like you're supposed to do in a gym class. But it was also the most fun gym class that I'd ever had, so that was a plus. And I'm kind of sad that I won't be able to have gym class with them here. So, and then after that term, we didn't have any classes together, but we hung out before school, because there's a little area that my friends and I go, and we hang out before school. Because they're in a different grade than me, they have a different lunch, or they had a different lunch. Now I think they have the same lunch as me, because it's upperclassmen lunch. It's so weird thinking I'm gonna be an upperclassman. And so maybe we'll see each other at lunch too. That would be cool. It really depends on where I would eat. I don't know. I usually eat with the theater kids. So, I don't know how that'll work. Maybe some days I'll eat with the theater kids, and some days I'll go out with this person, because, I think if they haven't changed the rules, I can actually go out, which would be cool, because I haven't. The only time I did was with some other people who, I don't know, it was the day I was touring. It was really weird because they went out to eat, but like I had a sack lunch, so I was just sitting in a restaurant eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich I brought from home. Yeah, anyhow, that's not what the video's about either. Why do I get so distracted? It's probably because I don't have a real script, so I don't know. So then I saw them at their relative's graduation party it was like the weekend after school got out, and then that's the last time I've seen them. But we text almost every day, which is really nice, and we both admitted that we do feel attracted to each other, which is also fun because, attraction, it's great. And when I first met them, I either had just broken up or was in the process of breaking up. I can't remember. If it was 3rd term, it was probably I'd been broken up for like 2 or 3 months. It wasn't very long, and so I was still getting over my ex, so I was feeling like I don't know if I should try and get into a relationship right now. And then as I got to know them a bit more and know me a bit more, I was like, so right now our lives are really kind of complicated, and seeing how dating messed up a lot for me before, I don't know if I'm ready to jump right in. So we aren't dating right now for both personal reasons, but we're not opposed to dating at some point in our lives. And they, as soon as they graduate, they want to run away to France and do stuff there, and they're like, you can come live with me, and I'm like, yes. So that would be fun. Although I don't speak French, and they've taken like 3 or 4 years of it, so they'll have to be my interpreter, but I don't think they'll mind. But about a week ago, they were admitted to a hospital, which was really scary for me. Obviously, if they are watching, then they'll know that I'm not saying anything of this is like their fault or anything. I'm just talking about like my experience in life while they were having their experience. So please don't be offended or sad by anything that I say. But I don't have contact with a lot of people, so having them go was kind of like I didn't really have anybody else to talk to. I have one other person to talk to, but that person gets really easily offended, and they were also kind of mad at me, so they didn't talk to me much. So the person in the hospital is able to call me, but only for like 2 hours. There's 2 hour period in the day really where they're allowed to talk to me, and so we do try and talk at least once a day or once every other day. They seem like they're doing okay. Obviously, being in the hospital isn't really fun, but they seem like they're doing okay. For the first 2 days, I wasn't able to contact them because I was calling at the wrong times, and I was getting really like stressed out and scared because I don't know. They definitely had a reason to go, and so I was like afraid that they might not come back, which is not like most people come back when they go to a hospital, but I wasn't sure if they would ever like if they would survive or stuff, which sounds really morbid or whatever, but so yeah, I was really worried. But I talked to my therapist because I have a therapist now, and my therapist told me, they need to be there, and it's good for them to, experience that, and they will probably be fine if they're not talking to you. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It just, that maybe they aren't able to get to the phone, which is, I didn't really expect a response the day after they got admitted to the hospital, just because it's so busy and you're so overwhelmed, you don't really necessarily want to talk to anybody else, and have been able to talk to them since then. But I was really worried and kind of upset, and then a lot of other drama happened around the same time, and it was like very stressful. So I was probably not the best behaved child during that time. I tried to deal with stress like with art and stuff, but I probably didn't actually succeed at that. Although I did do frantic art a lot, and it got art. That was cool. Yeah. So but I do really care about this person, and I want them to know that if they are watching, that even though we're not dating or, in a romantic relationship, that does not change the fact that I really care about them, and I want whatever, like, I don't really know how to phrase that, like, saying I want what's best for you is, a lot of people say that, but then it's like, well, then do you really think you know what's best for me? And I don't want to say that I know what's best for this person, because I don't. I'm not, like, their guardian, and I haven't been in their life for a really long time, so I don't want to say that I know what's best for them, but in whatever they choose to do, I do support them in their decisions, because I think, they're a great person, and they deserve to have a life and exist and do all sorts of great things, or just, like, not if they don't feel like it. They've already passed a lot, and, like, that's more than I've ever done with my life. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's fine. So, that was a kind of awkward video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll be able to have them on my channel at some point. When they are released makes it sound like prison, but I'm sure it kind of feels like that. When they have come back, they did say they'd come on a video if I wanted at some point. Obviously, I'm not going to push them to do anything they don't want to do, but if there's something you guys want to see us do or talk about, or you just want to see us chilling and like what we would do, like, I don't know, going to the mall and trying on stuff is amazing, and even if we just had pictures of that, it would be so fun. So if you guys really want to see that, then please comment, like this video, do all sorts of whatever fans do, and just people who are watching. And thank you so much for existing. Bye!